Hey everyone, today I wanted to look at comparing Estee Lauder Double Wear and Estee Lauder Double Wear Light. I feel like people use one or the other but don't really realize the differences between the two, or don't realize that they can have a place for both of them for different reasons. I've used Estee Lauder Double Wear for years and years, off and on when I needed a medium to full coverage foundation and when I needed something to keep my makeup looking flawless all day long and fresh, and I didn't really want to worry about touch-ups or looking like a grease ball during the day, which I mean, it's pretty much every day that I would love that, but it works. It's just a great foundation. I never really gave Double Wear Light a second look, and I have no idea why. I've tried all these other foundations and I'm still doing that with my foundation road tests. I'm gonna link the foundation road test for Estee Lauder Double Wear Light below, so that you guys can see what it looks like on my skin. I have Double Wear on today, and you know, for me, it's not a cakey look. I feel like I do see some people say, oh my God, I tried it and it looked really cakey. If you apply it the right way, it looks really good on the skin. And if you guys want me to do another video showing how I apply Double Wear, the regular Double Wear, I can certainly do that. It was gonna make this one a little bit long, so I just kept this down to what I see as being the differences between the two foundations. I'm gonna just get right into the differences. There are 38 shades of Double Wear and 10 shades of Double Wear Light. So you're obviously gonna have more of a shade range with Double Wear, ranging from light to dark skin tones, and there are some nice yellow toned shades in here. I am shade 2W1 Dawn in Double Wear and shade 2.0 in Double Wear Light. So while there's only 10 shades, I do find that they adapt to different skin tone ranges. You know, I do really well with the yellow tones in this. This is not quite as yellow toned as you'll see on the back of my hand here. So right off the bat, you can see the bottles are completely different. You know, you've got this just almost iconic glass bottle. It's kind of heavy, kind of bulky with the gold lid. And this is what happens if you have a bottle and use it for a while. It gets gunky and nasty, and I can't believe I'm showing y'all this, but it is what it is. You know, you take it off, you pour it out, you put the lid back on, and it just eventually gets kind of gross around the lid. And you know, that's the one thing that I don't like about this. It doesn't travel very well either. So I usually end up pouring it into another container, like a contact lens case or something like that, because it doesn't take very much product to get really good coverage. Estee Lauder Double Wear Light, the packaging is beautiful for travel, and it's very lightweight and portable, and it just has a screw top also, but it squeezes out here. And I find if you unscrew it while it's turned up, it doesn't get messy. Both products have 1 ounce in them and retail for $39.50 each. So completely comparable. I'm going to read you what the claims are for Estee Lauder Double Wear. It claims to last 15 hours and through heat and humidity. It won't transfer, feels comfortable on the skin, and has medium buildable coverage with a semi-matte finish and is oil-free. To let any of you know who don't already, I have very sensitive skin, and it is combination oily through my T-zone. My skin does really, really well with Estee Lauder Double Wear. It has never caused me to react. I do find that it's more of a medium to full coverage for me, not just medium like they claim. So that is something that's a little bit different for me. I mean, I can get really good coverage from this. The application of this is a little bit tricky. It does set pretty quickly, so I work in sections. I pour a little on the back of my hand and just lightly dab my beauty blender in, and then just start blending on my forehead, and then I take whatever's left down my nose. I may have to dab again just to get a little bit more to do each cheek and the chin, and I make sure every section is done and blended as I go. It sounds like it takes a lot longer than it does, but if you do it that way, it comes out really beautifully. If you try to do the whole let me dot my whole face and then blend it, it's gonna set where you put those dots, and you're not gonna be happy with the outcome with this. So that is something to note. I find that it feels fine on my face. It doesn't feel light, it doesn't feel heavy or greasy. It just feels normal, I guess. Like I'm wearing it now and I don't really notice anything out of the ordinary. It just feels like I have normal amount of makeup on. So I do find sometimes when I use this, because of the coverage, I can get away with a lot less concealer than I would normally use on other days, so I can get ready a little bit quicker, which I guess that might be the case for any full coverage foundation. This has SPF 10, which isn't a lot of SPF, but there's also some mica, so there is a bit of flashback. It's up to you if that bothers you for photographs and things like that. This is not usually my first foundation of choice if I'm going somewhere where there's going to be a lot of photography. So on to Double Wear Light. This claims to have 15 hours of wear also, and to feel light as air, fresh, natural, and comfortable. It goes on sheer and resists heat and humidity and controls oil. It has sheer medium coverage, a natural finish, and is oil-free and photo-friendly. So I find that this has more light to medium coverage versus sheer. When I think of sheer coverage, I think of just your normal everyday BB cream. And this has more coverage than that to me, just light to medium. I do still have to use concealer with it, which is fine. I'm not looking to get full coverage from this particular foundation. This just gives me a natural everyday good skin look. It feels very lightweight on the skin. I feel like I'm not even wearing any makeup. When I wear this, it's kind of weird. I'll kind of feel like, wait, did I put on makeup today? And I think I state this in my foundation road test, but it looks like I'm wearing makeup, but like my skin is good. It doesn't look makeup-y. It looks good. So it's kind of hard to explain, I guess, but I hope y'all get what I'm saying. One thing that's kind of weird about this foundation is that after I apply it, I find that my skin feels almost kind of tacky, even though I don't feel it on my face. If I take my hands and press them, it does feel a little bit tacky, and that might have something to do with how long it wears on the skin. But once I put powder on over it, that goes away. So just something that's kind of weird. You'll see now the difference in the consistency between the two. Here is Estee Lauder Double Wear Light, and here's Estee Lauder Double Wear. And you can see the difference in the colors. First of all, way more yellow, and it is just slowly running down my hand. So I'm not gonna be able to hold this up very long, but you wouldn't expect a full coverage foundation or medium to full to be this runny, but it is. So it's something that's kind of odd. Even though it's runny, it sets really quickly. I don't know what that's about. I had this on yesterday because I was intending to film this last night, and that just did not happen. But I'm going to show you kind of midday yesterday. I had this on for 6 hours and had not blotted yet. So I'm going to show you that really quickly. I mean, this will go a 15-hour day with no problem, and my makeup will look like this. So it's a great, foolproof, no-fail foundation for long days. Shine does not break through. I do find Double Wear to be more oil controlling than Double Wear Light though, even though Double Wear Light claims to be oil controlling. So, you know, I may have to blot 2 or 3 times with this, but this maybe once, maybe twice if I'm being picky. And it's not like major blotting. It's like, oh, well, let me just dab. It's a good foundation, you guys. So again, this is what you're getting here. I don't have a big ring light, just so y'all know. I'm not, you know, I'm using my natural light that I have in a makeup mirror. That is all I have to work with right now. And this is just a medium to full coverage look, and you can see what I had a natural light, complete natural light in my car yesterday. So I am happy with this for a good full medium coverage foundation look. So if you want a good medium to full coverage foundation that is going to last all day or all night long from morning till night with very minimal, maybe 1 or 2 touch-ups, blottings during the day. You know, if you don't mind the glass bottle and you want a ton of shade range options, this is a great option for you. If you want something that's a little more natural, everyday, light, breathable foundation that travels well, Estee Lauder Double Light would be a great option for you. And quite frankly, I like having both in my arsenal. So this is just really to highlight the differences between the two and why you would want one or the other and when. That is my comparison of the differences between Estee Lauder Double Wear and Estee Lauder Double Wear Light. I hope that you guys found that somewhat helpful, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I do hope that you will hit that subscribe button, and I hope you have a great day, and thank you so much for watching.